One of my favourite flirts to look at is Santos. His Mr. Astrotheology channel has provided me with endless laughs over the last year or so. And who can forget this?
Simon Dan, jackass. Let's have a debate. I would love to humiliate your ass and expose your small bits.
Exactly what I said.
Okay? Because you're a dick, and I'm going to expose your ass. This is a challenge to you, Simon Dan.
Well, he's recently released a series of videos called Globetardery Exposed. Charming. Hello all and welcome along to another episode of Flat Earth Friday with me, Simon Dan. Thank you very much for joining me. Just a quick shout out to my other channel, Run Man Dan, before we start. If you like epic adventures running or just seeing a man in pain, then please do pop over and subscribe. 2023 is going to be huge for that channel in terms of the adventures we are going to have. And I even ran a marathon this morning as a training run before filming this video. So I'm a bit tired. As I said, link for it is in the description. Please do go and check it out. Right, back to today's video where, as I said before, it's Santos's new series where he's apparently going to be exposing us normal globe-believing folk. And it turns out that they are his post-credit scenes from the new Flat Earth documentary, The Next Level. I cannot wait to get stuck into these. Here we go.
So the 8 inches per mile squared that the Globies tell you proves that the Earth is curved is erroneous. No such thing exists.
Correct, because I would not be telling you that it proves curvature either. 8 inches per mile squared doesn't really work. It actually gives you a parabola. It's a very rough back of the napkin calculation which you flat earthers seem to run with all the time.
In fact, many tests have been done with lasers, cameras, filming mountain ranges 300, 400, 500, 600, 700 miles into the horizon, which are visible and shouldn't be visible if we were living on a globe.
Unless of course you are highly elevated when you viewed such mountains, which is normally what happens. Or of course the mountains were tall enough that you could see them from the ground as well.
So that formula is a lie, it is deceptive, and yet many people believe this.
The only people who seem to believe it are flat earthers, Santos.
There is in fact a great YouTube channel, which I will show you, and it's called J. Tolan Media 1. And here you see this man is travelling on a aeroplane. He is travelling east to west. And you see here he is here right near Kansas City.
Your laptop is out of focus, Santos.
And he is filming all the way over to the Great Lakes. We're talking about 800 miles. And we can see him in his aeroplane there with infrared filter. And he's showing the Great Mississippi River. And the Great Lakes in the background. This is the whole of the Mississippi River.
Well, it's not, is it? Because the Mississippi River is 3,766 kilometres long, but hey ho. But anyway, J. Tolan 1 Media was on a plane, tens of thousands of feet in the air. It would be no surprise at all that you could see quite far, would it?
Lake Michigan. Now watch him zoom out. This would be impossible on a globe. That's pretty much the whole of the Mississippi River. Alright, what else have I got? That video is called Mississippi River, Great Lakes and Hudson Bay.
It's on the list, Santos, thank you.
1,200 miles of infrared. He has filmed 1,200 miles of flat Earth.
Is it just me, or does that shot on the laptop right there, right now, look a little bit curved? Just saying, just saying.
Here is another video on his channel called Colorado Rocky Mountains from 300 to 500 miles away, infrared.
Debatable. We'll have to see, won't we, Santos?
This is how much distance he covered with his camera, and he could see from here the Rocky Mountains. There you go. There is no 8 inches per mile square.
Totally agree. And additionally, if the world was indeed flat, surely your buddy in a plane would be able to see much further than the 300 or 500 miles he's claiming. I wonder why he can't. Santos moves on to the seasons.
The other thing about seasons, it's easy to explain on the flat earth as I just have. But here's one conundrum that the Globies have never been able to answer.
Guaranteed I've answered it before.
There is such a thing as perihelion and aphelion.
Most astronomers will say aphelion, but hey.
Now, this is where the sun is closest to the earth and furthest away from the earth.
Furthest.
Perihelion, on January the 4th, is the day when the sun is closest to the earth at the Tropic of Capricorn. And aphelion is the day when the sun is furthest away from the earth in the Tropic of Cancer. And they tell you that the sun is 5 million miles further away from the earth at the Tropic of Cancer than it is when it's in Capricorn.
Pretty much. It's 5 million kilometres difference, but I'll let that slide.
5 million miles?
Kilometres.
I remember in school and in church they would say that if the earth were just 1,000 miles or 10,000 miles or 100,000 miles closer to the sun, we would be drawn into the sun by its gravitational force and we would burn up.
Well, that's clearly bollocks. Who told you that?
Well, take a look at this. This is a graphic that I got from the internet. You can see hundreds of these. And there it is, January, perihelion. And look what it says here. The sun is 91 million miles away from the earth. But then 6 months later, in July, on July 4th, aphelion day, the sun is 94.5 million miles away.
So more like 3.5 million miles then, not 5.
So why is it that when the sun is so far away at the Tropic of Cancer that we don't just lose the gravitational pull and just fly off into oblivion?
Why doesn't Saturn or Jupiter do that? Why doesn't Pluto do that? Or even Halley's Comet? It's because the sun's gravitational influence extends much further than you think. Almost infinitely, actually. And the Goldilocks zone is around 1 astronomical unit thick. So that's about 150 million kilometres wide. So no, the difference in our orbit pushes us nowhere near the edge of the Goldilocks zone. And even if it did, the gravitational problems that you're describing wouldn't happen.
And then when the sun is at the Tropic of Capricorn in January, why is it we're 5 million miles closer, 5 million miles closer to the sun, and yet the gravitational pull does not suck us into the sun? Can you see how ridiculous their lies are and easy to expose?
No, and your misunderstanding or lack of knowledge regarding astronomy and physics is not a debunking of the distance to the sun. What an absolute shocking display this was from Santos. I don't debate flat earthers because I don't debate established fact. But I am so close to offering Santos a debate just because I know he will wreck himself. Well, there we go. Santos exposing us Globies didn't go too well, did it? Better luck next time, buddy. For now, we are all done and dusted for another Flat Earth Friday. Thank you so much for watching today. It truly is appreciated. If you enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing and hitting the like button as well if you really enjoyed it. I've been Simon Dan, of course. Have yourselves a fantastic day, and I'll see you all tomorrow for another Misconception Mini. See you then.